Hello, everyone. It is Paul and Jeremy coming to you from the Game Masters Library. Today, we want to tell you a little bit about who we are and where we're coming from. Jeremy, would you like to start us off?
Sure. I'm Jeremy. I am a longtime RPGer, if you will. I started back in the 80s on the box set with a friend of mine. For a long time, the two of us just played. I ran a whole party, he DM'd, and vice versa. Then as we kind of got into high school, got like a larger group of people playing with us, we wandered as you can on a disposable high school income through many RPG systems, Palladium's system for like Robotech and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the obviously various editions of D&D, GURPS, Riff, like, all the old school ones that were available at the time. I've kind of played. I did take a pretty big hiatus, say college through up until recently. So I skipped over the 40 altogether. My work with 3 and 3.5 was limited mostly through video games, of course, like many of us. And then I started back at my fun local game store. Where a DM was running a sort of West Marches style campaign. I got back involved in that, met Paul in another campaign there. And it's kind of, we had the whole blip of COVID happening and going online and back offline, etc. But then Paul and I are now running games, weekly games, both one shots, mini campaigns, drop ins at our fully local game store. That's where we're coming from. We're DMing for the new players, the old players, the people who can play once every 2 weeks, things like that.
So, I'm Paul. I came to tabletop RPGs later in life. I did a very, very short stint in 3.5, which I think was a grand total of about 4 weeks. And that was my experience as a youth playing the tabletop role-playing games. As I got older, I somehow ended up selling dice on eBay before playing tabletop role-playing games as an adult. And it was on my New Year's resolutions for, I believe, 4 or 5 years was to actually sit down and play Dungeons and Dragons. I ended up somehow finding Critical Role on YouTube during that time, and I watched Critical Role for an extended period of time before ending up in our friend Chris's game at the Portal, our local game store, and meeting Jeremy, where I played a barbarian named Dirk, short for Derek. Since then, I played in multiple of Chris's and Jeremy's games. I've also seeked out some games when I want to be a little bit ridiculous or I want to try some things out on Start Gaming in my free time. And a couple of years ago, I started running games, which I think is much more my speed, at the Portal with Jeremy on Tuesday nights. And we've been doing that now for almost 2 years. It'll be, I think, 2 years in like January, where we've been running every single week. And through that, I think we have developed the knowledge that we do want to share with the world, something that we think YouTube currently does not have enough information on, and that is running D&D in the wild. A lot of the content out there is currently focused on campaigns, long-standing friends, at home, kind of in those kinds of spaces instead of the wilds of your local game store, which can be slightly unpredictable.
Absolutely. And the great thing about our store is that it's got a really awesome community. And we've actually been able to go from a single table up to running just on Tuesday nights, 4 tables at a time. We also have other game masters who have joined us. They are now sort of expanding out to run on other nights, as well as participating in store events for free RPG day, and we've ran at a convention as well, just to kind of try that out.
Yeah.
So again, like Paul said, what we're hoping to bring is some insight into running the one shot that you may or may not ever see this player again. Sitting next to each other are the person who is, I've watched Critical Role and I'm interested. I've never touched a dice before, to the next to the power gamer that is like, I'm going to optimize my character. And then what do you do when you run into that scenario, and how do you
Yeah.
handle your game?
And even beyond that, we have a lot of players now that are like, so dungeon mastering. Yes. We have people kind of jumping over to that side of the table now, and we have a lot of guidance that we're giving them that I think would be very useful for the masses at large. So we hope that you will join us on this journey of us sharing this information out with all of you. Please be sure to like, subscribe. We have a video already up regarding the 2024 Player's Handbook, and we have a lot more planned in the future. So please like, subscribe, and join us on this journey. Thank you very much, and we will see you at the table.